Donovan.
Coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, home of Super Bowl 57, it's the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show with your hosts, Troy Geary, Will Stein, and Dave Stevens.
Welcome back to Radio Row, and I'm not going to waste any time because this guy, it's been a tradition. We always end our Super Bowl coverage, and he's always so wonderful after he works a full week and screaming and causing chaos around the nation. Former NFL punter Pat McAfee, now analyst on network. I mean, man, your whole life has changed this year. It's been amazing to see everybody make you mainstream. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's bananas. It's crazy. I can't thank you enough for having me yet again over here. I'm watching the entire tech setup here. This is fantastic. There's no better way to end the week than come over here and chit chat with you all. I'm learning of this camp you're doing tomorrow, making the world a better place. So thank you so much for having me. Yeah, it's been quite a whirlwind the last year, and obviously got sued a couple of days ago. So I mean,
we don't have to talk about that.
I mean, it's just good. This is what my new life is, and I'm just trying to enjoy it all. And I got a great group of people around me, and we're lucky to be here with you.
We'll keep it positive. That's for TMZ and all the other goofballs out there. But I will ask you about being controversial because lately it seems like, and I watch them steal your stuff every week. Somebody comes on, but when you have Aaron Rodgers on, these guys that open up to you. Do you feel like you're now their platform, their soapbox to kind of go through a non-mainstream source that treats them fairly?
I don't know. I hope we become a place where people can feel comfortable to be themselves, because we're never trying to get anybody, like Aaron and I have zero conversations before he comes on the show. Before Aaron Rodgers Tuesday started, we didn't have any like, hey, this is allowed to be talked about. This is not allowed to be talked about. I'm just going in trying to have a great conversation with everybody, as are the boys. We entertain ourselves every once in a while with some of the questions we ask some people. But yeah, every once in a while, guys will get comfortable chatting with us. They'll say something that isn't directly out of the factory of whatever they are. People lose their mind a little bit, and then we all move on. But yeah, it's never the plan. But we're very thankful and lucky that people trust us with conversations. And every once in a while, some things are said that blows our mind and seemingly the rest of the world as well.
Well, it's nice that the athletes are going directly to you because it's a PR nightmare for them, right? I mean, they say stuff that they weren't, thinking they would say and everything, and that's like everybody's watching you. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think we're never trying to get anybody though. So like, if somebody says something that they might not mean to say, I feel like we do a good job of asking them to elaborate on that as well. Now, in the modern world, does the elaboration of the thing get talked about as much as the thing itself? Probably not. But at least it feels like we're looking out for people. And I think that's the difference between shows like this and then like some other media ideologies, we'll say. Getting something from somebody that's terrible or something from somebody on a bad day can normally garner a lot of clicks and views and everything like that. And I think it's almost like an easy way out. And I think it's a pretty negative way to do some things. We're never trying to do that. I think guys know that. And I think we've been able to have cool conversations because of it.
Now, loving you on the network telecast, I mean, did they tell you to scale back your personality or not to do the thing? Like, it's like they're bringing in somebody hip and fun. For all these old timers that have been doing this for years, and you bring a flair, a style that it's like, yeah, he's a sports fan too, and you should be excited when you're talking about
Well,
sports.
I appreciate you saying that. Obviously, not everybody feels that way. And I had my fair share of detractors this year because I was dropped in front of a new audience or whatever. Now I did my deal directly with Jimmy Pitaro, and it was hey, let's go ahead and do this thing. And I obviously have a massive amount of respect for College Game Day. I've watched it for years, as we all have. I have massive respect for Reese and Herbie and Desmond and Pollock and Lee, obviously, and everything they've accomplished. And the people behind the scenes have been doing that show for some of them 25 years, 30 years. So I got a lot of respect. I'm always coming from a position of respect, but I only know one speed, So I do my thing, and I take in football how I take it in, and when they're done with it, they'll be done with it, and I'm all cool with it.
I sat there laughing because when you see I see the look of the faces of the guys on ESPN sometimes when you say things like, "Did you really just say that?" And then they're laughing, and they're like, "Am I supposed to laugh at that?" And then
I get a lot of that in my life.
Corso says something, and everybody's like, it really is. I hope you get back. I don't know if you're set to come back.
Yeah, I believe I'll be doing another year. I didn't sign like a long term deal. We just kind of set. We wanted to see am I a good fit for the program. I think I enjoyed it. I went to the production meetings every Friday. I missed my show on Friday. I was only available to do my show for an hour because I wanted the people that do that show, who are incredibly impressive at what they do, to know that I was invested, right? Like I want them to know I'm invested in the show. I'm very lucky to be here. I know I'm lucky to be here. I would also like to make this as good as I possibly can and help however I can. I want to be an additive. So I don't have a long-term deal locked up with them, but it was very much a let's see how it goes type thing. And I assume we'll talk about that over the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Now, have you become like the LeBron James of punters? Because kickers have never gotten like to be on TV and anchors and analysts because they think you guys stand around and don't do anything during practice.
Which
So I'm wondering if you
pretty
become like
valid.
this hero now, this legend for all the kickers and punters out there all these years, that never really got to get their faces on TV after the game.
Oh, I don't know. I'm very thankful that I have a platform in which I can stick up for kickers and punters, though. As I was playing in the league and keeping up with the sports media world, I think we all realize the only time kickers and punters get talked about is either going to a commercial break, so if people have to go to the bathroom, or if they do something horrendous and ruin it for their whole team. So I thought there was certainly an avenue of football that had yet to be explained to anybody. I didn't think any kickers and punters were able to break down special teams in a fashion that I thought special teams warranted. So I've been excited to be a part of I don't want to say a whole new avenue of football, but kind of. I think special teams gets covered a little bit differently now, and I think the boys who've kicked and punted throughout the years deserve it, and I'm lucky to kind of be a conduit of it. But yeah, I enjoy the process of being a punter and having the platform that I have. I think it's a cool thing.
Well, when you see a kicker miss 4 extra points in an
Cool.
NFL game, right?
It matters.
Yeah. It does
It
matter.
matters. Yeah, it
back
certainly matters. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why you're coaching camps. You know football. You know football. You know special teams matters.
So when is somebody going to grab your talent? I know you've been to the WWE, you've been all around, but it seems like you're ready for a movie role or something really prime to be, just out there.
I don't know about any of that. I don't know how my acting chops are. WWE, I just
That's acting, right?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
I just kind of naturally
Sport.
react. So I'm like one of the only people I think in my particular position at WWE, and I love them. I love the WWE. I love the people at the WWE. I've been a fan for so long. So getting dropped in there, it was literally just like all my years of fandom just being able to be utilized almost. So I never knew anything that was going to happen. I had no clue what was about to take place. Now, if something went wrong, I think my years of being a fan, I was able to see what they were trying to do. Maybe as a commentator, they were probably trying to do this. They're probably trying to do this. Let's do that. But it was all just natural reaction of me being a stooge and an idiot, So I don't know if I'll ever get into the acting world, but that's a cool thought.
If your agent ringing the bells.
See, that's another issue. I don't have one of those. So I don't have an agent. Don't have lawyers either. So when you get hit with a lawsuit, it's like an interesting thing. Who do you call? I guess I just Google what the thing is. But
Isn't there these billboards around here in town?
oh, the hammer. Yeah, I call it the hammer.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's if I get in a car accident. We'll see how they do with defamation lawsuits. But I'm just kind of taking it as it go. If I end up getting into that entertainment world, I would certainly enjoy it. But right now, we're just talking sports, having a good time.
So what is, as a young guy like yourself, you still have dreams and aspirations? I mean, what's your world going to be in 5 to 10 years?
I don't know. We have this whole exit plan, me and the boys, where it's just going to get to a point where we realize we've overstayed our welcome. Like, our time has come, our time is gone, and I plan on just disappearing. And when I do that, give the boys all, I don't know how many million we've gone through negotiations on how many millions everybody gets. That's part of the office. And then they will start their own thing. And then I'll come back 5-10 years later and be like, hey, boys, how we doing? And just hopefully pick it right up where we left off. But I don't know. We're just trying to do our thing, trying to make the show as impactful as possible, trying to make the show as good as possible, and just kind of enjoy the wave as it goes. And then whenever we know our time has come, we'll just kind of disappear and then let somebody else take it over.
Well, I've observed you many times, and it's awesome for an old guy like me to see an athlete like you sit down with people, you genuinely talk to them. I think they're shocked when you say hi to them and spend 10 or 15 minutes with the NFL from Mexico.
I got to give me a hat, bro.
To them, though, again, that moment's going to be their memory of the Super Bowl. Look, Pat McAfee gave us 20 minutes. He sat with us. He talked about everything. He wants to come to Mexico. You continue to do that. I think people expect this rough exterior of who you are, but you really are this little, like, cute little lamb.
Oh, man, watch it.
Players are so nice. You don't have to. You watch people blow people off, and yet you don't.
I appreciate you saying all these things.
That's just to get you to come back. So.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm never doing it again. I've decided this is my last time ever doing anything. No, I don't know. I enjoy humans, man. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty genuinely curious person, too. So, like, I like learning about people. I like chatting with people. I also know, like, I don't want to be a person that people immediate thought is, oh, I hate that guy. He was mean to me. Because just like, I don't know, we're all humans here, man. We're all just trying to do our thing. So I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy meeting people. And I don't think that'll ever change until I disappear, probably to an island with no humans on it other than myself and my wife and my kids.
Pat McAfee's Island with Ginger and Marianne and everybody.
Yeah, not like Epstein's.
No. Now the FCC is coming after me.
I'm getting another lawsuit. Yeah,
I'm going to need a lawyer.
We both.
Since my co-host gave us his mic as we were packing up
thank
for
you
the
for
day,
this,
Troy,
man.
come on in here, ask your question for my friend.
Pat, like I said, you just did that big deal with FanDuel, and you talked about, not wanting to do this forever. Any other interests that you have that you might want to eventually pursue?
So we talked about movies a little bit. I write a lot. So I have like probably 4 to 5 screenplays done. I don't know if I'll ever act, but I have songs. I have like 2 albums done in my notes section. I have like 4 to 5 screenplays done. I do a lot of writing because I'm on planes a lot. So I'll just turn on some music and start writing. I enjoy it a lot. I'll probably get into that at some point if I had to guess. Off screen, though, get somebody more handsome and more talented to do all the good stuff. But I think me and my team, that's something you'll see us start to dabble in over the next couple of years, probably, if I had to guess.
Well, you got to get together with Kyle Jury down in Nashville and put something together. Or, of course, the linemen of the Philadelphia Eagles that released their Christmas album.
Jordan Mailata and Kelsey and Lane Johnson.
Yeah, that was shocking. All right,
So did you hear what happened?
Huh?
So, like, they just got boozed up in the studio and started singing. Like, that's actually what took place. Lane Johnson said he got nervous, so he just started hammering beers. And then Jason Kelsey did the same thing. And then they come up with a whole album. It's like, that's brilliant. It's amazing. And I'm happy it paid off.
That was great.
Now they got to do that every year.
Yeah.
Made Super Bowl.
Well, they should do a Hanukkah one or something.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm sure they have the range to be able to do that.
Speaking of range, we don't know what's going to happen this weekend. There's a range of things that can happen. All the storylines, 2 black quarterbacks, former head coach, brothers, blah, blah, blah. All that's nice to talk about during the week. But Sunday, they got to play.
Yeah.
And so before we let you leave, just break it down. And I know how you're going to break it down, but just give us who you think is going to win and don't hold back.
76% of the money on Monday was on the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it's down to like 70% of the money today on Friday are still on the Eagles. 67% of the bets, I believe, on the Eagles. It seems like if you look at the roster and football, the Philadelphia Eagles should win this game. The offensive line is maybe the greatest offensive line to ever play football. We'll see. I mean, that'll be something that'll be judged. The defensive line, whenever they got exposed just a little bit by the Washington Commanders, they reloaded, brought in Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, like 600 pounds of human, just to fill up the middle and stopgap alongside Reddick and all the boys. So seemingly no weaknesses on the Philadelphia Eagles team. Jalen Hurts has been able to prove to be a superstar quarterback. The running game's incredible. The wide receivers are dogs. They make a trade on draft night for A.J. Brown. The Tennessee Titans are broken without him, and the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. All things going right for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Pretty good money if it's 70% too.
I'll bet the Chiefs.
But that feels like the Chiefs, though, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah, and then you got
like
this
just the way
amazing-
the season is gone.
Yeah. Then you got this.
Nothing makes sense.
You have this Willis Reed quarterback that comes in on a broken ankle and leads his team, and he's not going to be that same. There's no way it's healed enough to be that mobile of a quarterback. I think. Yeah, I don't think he's.
I think he is.
Mobile.
I think he is healed enough to do
You
it.
think they
Like
shot it up?
I just feel like it all makes too much sense for the Eagles to win. Like, and this season has been the most banana season there has been. I mean, there's teams that are supposed to be in the Super Bowl that didn't even make the playoffs that are losing teams that have top 10 picks. And yes, I'm talking about the Indianapolis Colts. We're supposed to be in the Super Bowl. We fire a coach. We're staring down a rebuild. This season has exposed a lot of things and kind of changed. I think like week 13, week 14, we probably could have said Chiefs, Eagles. Might have had the Bills in there as well with how the Bills were playing. Maybe the Niners because whenever Brock Purdy became the quarterback, they got hot. But these two teams have seemingly been the most consistent and obviously the most powerful. And everybody seems to have forgot that Patrick Mahomes is the best player in football of all time. So I got the Chiefs.
There you go. You
I
heard
like
it.
the Chiefs.
There we go.
It's
All
not a
right,
lock
makes
though.
it
I've been
good.
ice cold. I would like to let you know the last 3 weeks, I have been ice cold. So it's not good that I'm on the Chiefs if you're betting alongside the Chiefs. But I like the Chiefs. So does AJ Hawk, who's been real hot. So that's where
All
we're
right.
at. That's where we're at.
Final question: is the Rooney Rule a joke?
Interesting. So I don't think it was intended to be a mockery. I don't think it was. I think it has obviously turned into that because competitive people just kind of do what they have to do to get to whatever they want to do. And that's kind of how the NFL operates. They've been doing these happy hours, though, at these owner meetings that I think is a very good idea. Because whenever people go into business with people, they normally want to go into business with people that they're familiar with. So I think a lot of people just don't have the connections to get the next job that they potentially deserve, which is why I believe the Rooney Rule is even a thing, because a lot of the guys who are looking to get the black head coaching positions don't have any connections with GMs or owners at all. They come through player routes or through other umbrellas. So I think the NFL doing these happy hours is maybe the most beneficial thing towards maybe getting some sort of representation in a particular world that we all know is flawed. So I think they're trying, but I don't think the Rooney Rule was the answer that they thought it was going to be.
Just when 70% of your league is one color, I think we need to see a little more of that color.
Yeah, I completely concur. And D'Amico Ryans, and I believe there's going to be a shot at Bieniemy getting an opportunity because it's come out that he's calling more plays, and it seems like that's the case. And there's going to be more, and I think EJ Ivero of the Broncos was in the head coaching circuit. He goes to the Carolina Panthers. He's probably going to be on a fast track as well. So there's guys in positions that are normally head coaching candidates. So hopefully that'll change naturally. But the whole process of being a coach is impossible. 70% of the league is black. A lot of those guys have great success, play, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years. The coaching process just assumes that you'll go back to like making 15 grand, sleeping in a coach's office on a couch, never being around your family, drawing up plays. AQ Shipley, 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, went back to coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was fixing the printer on like Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. to print out cards. So like I don't think it's really a desirable path for a lot of people to want to get on. So I think that needs to be chatted about as well. So there's a lot of layers, I think, to it, but I think they are trying to expedite, and I hope they do.
A lot of old man regurgitation seems to
Yeah,
happen.
this is how it goes. This is how it works. You do
Yeah.
this, then you do this, and you hope for this, and then this. Like that is kind of what it's always been. So I think the whole process is being reevaluated, and hopefully for the future it'll get figured out.
You've been here all week. You've talked a lot. When you're done with this, what are you going to do when you get home?
So my wife is pretty pumped, I think, for the end of football season. She loves football, gambles on football, but I spend a majority of my life focusing and talking about football and doing the football. So we got a 2-week vacation coming up, me and the wife, and it'll be the last time before we're parents. So we're going to enjoy the hell out of that.
Congratulations.
I'm going to go stare at the ocean. Thank you. Yeah, she kicks ass. She's a badass. So we'll go stare at the ocean for a couple weeks, have a good time, recharge, and then get back into this whole thing.
It's going to change your life, my friend.
That's what I've been told.
Enjoy it. Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing.
Baby girl, too, so I heard I'm a hero forever, which is great. I love that.
And she can never date boys.
No, of
Never,
course.
ever,
I'm
ever
excited to
need
see
boys.
how I handle all those different situations that are going to pop up.
Oh, we are, right? We know how men can be, and you got to protect her.
Yeah,
right?
like even the little things, like the whole phone thing, Like, no, why do you need it? But then am I the bad? Am I going to be the bad cop? No way. Let the wife be the bad cop. You know what I mean? I'll be the, she's right. So there's all those things that I'm excited to kind of get into.
By then, there's. By the way, we're on the air, and no
Games,
one
video
can hear him.
games, video
Rob's
games.
having a separate conversation on a different show, but thank you.
Yeah. Then no
then-
mic, so I heard
Then
half
your
of it.
contact lenses are going to be telephones anyway, or something crazy. I mean, technology is bizarre.
Hey, it's bananas, isn't
You know?
it? Where
So-
we're at. Every time I hop on one of those cylinders, that can go 800 miles an hour and fly at 41,000 feet. It's the size of a building. I don't really understand anything. How are we flying right now? Well, you see the pressure and the guy and the way. It's like, okay, yeah, we're not supposed to be in the sky. So hopefully, whoever the smart people are that are making the next generation will make it easy to parent, because I'm dabbling and I would like to be as easy as possible because I'm scared to death of what this little baby girl is going to do.
Well, it's going to be fun. If you need any advice, just give me a ring.
Good
I'll hook
man.
you up.
I
All
appreciate
right,
that. Thank you for your
Pat.
hospitality, and this
Hey,
camp
thank
is
you,
awesome.
man. Yeah, thank you for just being you and
just
just
keep
going out there and
just
just
letting
letting
people
people
be
be
themselves
themselves
on
on
the
the
show.
show.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate
the
the
realness.
realness.
I
I
mean,
mean,
the
the
media
media
sometimes
sometimes
hides
hides
stuff,
stuff,
and
and
you
you
guys
guys
just
just
talk.
talk. So
That's
that's
cool.
cool.
We appreciate it. We're very lucky to do it, and we appreciate the hell out of you. We'll keep it going. You
All
know,
right.
more love to come.
Pat
Pat
McAfee
McAfee joining us on Radio Row. And don't forget, folks, that's going to be wrapping it up. We got, I believe, one more guest coming it up. But thank you for being a part of our week. It's been a great week here. We have had some amazing guests. We did save our best for last. So thanks, Pat, for being a part of it. And of course, we got to tell you, because this is a really, really, really awesome deal and you don't want to miss it. This week only, for our friends that are fans of the Geary, Stein, and Stevens show, you get 25% off of fresh just back to that touchdown. You get 25% off these wonderful shirts. You know, I had to take off my coat today because I had this beautiful shirt on. I had the opportunity to meet Brett Michaels, hang out with Flavor Flav a little bit because they said I look good, I feel good, I'm a fresh, clean thread. So that's going to do it for now. And that was a wonderful way to end the week. Pat McAfee, it's pretty cool. He can just sit down and talk, and he's a punter, so I don't hold that against him. But it's been wonderful. That's going to do it for us right now on Radio Row. Continue to follow Geary, Stein, and Stevens on all social media platforms, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and of course, all of the places that you get podcasts like Spotify and Apple. So for myself, wherever Will Stein is, somewhere on the golf course, and our good old friend Troy Geary, this is Dave Stevens signing off once again. Hope to see you real soon. I love you, folks. Bye bye.